Welcome back to Creeper World 4, Strategic Sage here. We're going back to the Colonies, to one of the earliest maps that was uploaded before the game was even officially released. Troublesome Totems by Cornucanis, who is one of the most knowledgeable Creeper World 4 people around, has done a lot of testing, etc. Scripting the CSM map type from Creeper World 3, named after him for some of the scripts that he did early on as part of that concept. So, forgets more regularly than I know about Creeper World. Says reaching the totems may be simple, but sometimes that's only half the battle. Indeed it is in this case. This is more of a puzzle type map, so I'm curious to see what everybody thinks of it. Not a lot of people have completed this one, and in fact I needed a hint in order to complete it myself. I wasn't able to find the solution on my own. You can see all the times here. Between 25 and 30 seems to be about as low as they go, and some much longer, depending on how long it takes you to figure out the concept. Okay, so no briefing. We have Crazonium here. This is similar to walls, but it actually doesn't decay over time on contact with the creeper, so it's essentially permanent. Key to this map is there are no terps, so you can't reshape it. There's limited flat space for building, limited space, period. And then we have the three totems, not hard to get to as the description notes, Arg, Liftic, and Anti-Creeper. So you need the three different resources. And then over here, like, you can't even nullify this emitter. There's nowhere close enough. So you're just sort of stuck with it there. It isn't that strong. 12 every 0.2 seconds. It's actually less than your average strength emitter. But again, it's going to expand quickly. There just is not that much space here. So how are we going to get the resources to this? I mean, and one of the big keys is, like, if you were to place down your Rift Lab, let's say we place it down here, okay, where are you going to put the factory? There's, Rift Lab and the factory can both only go in the one place. So it's a mystery. Naturally, given the size of the map, there's not a whole lot here for the opening build. We've got a few towers, and we've got a cannon. And, of course, our cannon is the initial defense against the creeper that's going to come over this way through this bottleneck. There just isn't very many places for it to go. So we're going to grab a mortar as soon as that's up. Cannon is up, and we're closing in already on 2,000 creeper. Of course, the number's much smaller on this map to be significant than normal map. 2,000 creeper would be nothing, but on this map it means a little bit. Then our next goal is going to just be to expand, to spread out. We're going to need additional cannons. We really do need lots of coverage in various places to get this done. And this mortar will come out this way. 3,000 creeper and rising. Hopefully we'll be able to slow that down some. Get as much coverage as we can with each of these towers. Come out this way. And we'll get another cannon rolling. So I'm going to come all the way down here before heading the other direction. And the eggs, yes, the eggs. The eggs start a minute in on this map. There aren't that many of them. But we're leveling off the overall creeper, but the fact that there's eggs means we're still got a ways to go before we've actually reached equilibrium. I will say, as a bit of a teaser, the next map I'm likely to do is going to have eggs of a much more severe variety. So that'll be something to look forward to or against, depending on your potentiality. Now, I do want to move, get one of these up here and just sort of steal some of that soylent underneath the creeper. Move you out this way. Clear a path, hopefully. There we go. We'll get that up. And we'll throw a miner in place. Our first miner, obviously going to be a significant improvement. And let's definitely have another cannon over here. for defense. And then once those are up, we'll be able to move out this way. There we go. There's the miner at least. Yes, yes, more eggs. We see you. We notice you. So same drill, just different direction. I just need to repeat it. Think about there should be good. Waiting for some of this over here to just plain evaporate. And then we can tower cannon out here rather. Whoops, yep, okay, you're too far. Fine. Put it there. Let's see if we can get away with something over in this general direction. You can come out here. Another cannon. That should prove useful. And come down this way, just like before. And another miner. Of course, the eggs prevent us from really pushing forward with more miners, but this is going to be helpful. I'd like another mortar on each side. Although, actually, it's probably a little bit premature for that, because we're about to get hit by spores. So, the reason I have this cannon going up down here is that one of the spores will land here. The other group will all land here, and we'll be reasonably positioned to handle them. So I'm going to want to move you over here. And then now I will add the mortars on the wings. Now that these mortars are here, ready to deal with that. That right there. And our cannon here defending the rift lab, keeping it intact. Mortars are online. I want another cannon here for defensive purposes in case any egg splatter might happen to come this way. Just want to have varied defenses spread out. These mortars can get right in here and get to punishing this creeper. And then I'm just going to build cannons up. I'm going to be short on energy here for a bit. That's fine. I want to have extra ones over here just in case anything sloshes up. I'd rather be safe than sorry. There we go. Eggs going there, and they get removed. But of course, our long-term egg solution is to shoot them when they're spawned, and that requires snipers. So we're just about ready to put those up. There we go. So I'm going to have one on each side. Or they can cover... I mean, the nice thing is a sniper covers a big amount of a map this small. And in these positions, they can angle from here and angle from here. So pretty much the only thing that can't be hit is stuff way over here where the egg should never be able to get to. Or right here behind. And that I'm just going to let them be. So we have 14 eggs. Make it 16. Those are going to pop pretty quickly, though. Get us back to 14. And it's going to take a bit for these snipers to get energy. We do still have a shortage, so we're just going to have to wait for them to gradually build. Everything else to get refilled. There we go. Sniper's coming active. Now they just need ammunition to shoot with. And the popping of the eggs has begun. So we're down to, a few hundred creeper, but that's going to spike here for a bit. But we can make some more progress once the egg threat is dealt with. Down to 8, half of what there were. Of course, the mortar is keeping the creeper problem under control. And snipers still shooting every time they get ammunition, basically. 4 eggs. There's not much left now. But of course, they still don't have enough ammo to just shoot them right when they come out. Only 1 left. And back to 1. Now I need these snipers to get some ammunition now. There we go. Shooting them as soon as they're launched, but then they run out of ammo again. Okay, now I think we're pretty good on those, though. Which means I should be secure to place miners over here. Let's be greedy. Let's grab some more energy. Now, miners over here because I do not want to nullify this spore launcher. Whoops. Okay. A little bit of splash there. It'll be able to survive that once it gets built. This spore launcher is the one that shoots at the Rift Lab. We need that one to stay up. But this one over here has 6. So removing half the eggs and removing 6 spores every 2 minutes, I think that's worth throwing up a nullifier. So we'll be doing that in a bit. But we've got to make sure. Okay, now we do have those all up. They're trying to refill everything. I think we'll go with it now. Nullify there. Now in the meantime, I also think I can grab some more energy here by crossing, because we're keeping this under control really well. So if I were to grab that and this, that should work out well. Well, I don't know if this one will hold. We'll see if it does. Now I want to throw another cannon there. Just to clear out this little bit here so we can put another one up there. There we go. So if I... Not up that far. But that should help us grab a little bit more territory. Okay. Now I'm also going to want a mortar on each of these areas. Just to make sure we're really hitting everything that we can. And even with those buildings, we're still energy positive. So now I have to start tearing down some buildings that I would prefer to keep, but there's only so many places to place things. I'm going to need a porter. So we're going to take down one of these collector panels and make that happen. We've got to store some things here. I'm also going to get a refinery going. And now we're going to have a bit of an energy issue. But we'll let it play. And I should also be able to now fit in tower over here. And that gets us, of course, in addition to a bit more energy, connection to the read-on. So we need to eventually replace the Rift Lab with the factory. Because both of them can only fit in that one spot. We can't turp the landscape. It's the only way to do it. Now, in order to make that work, we are going to need to have like energy stored up for when the Rift Lab goes. We're going to need to have some read-on stored up because once the Rift Lab goes, we're not going to be able to maintain the firepower to keep this island clear. So that's what all these little islands are over here, I think. Store your whatever you need. Now, we do need to turn, because they immediately start dispersing it. And so we want to make sure that doesn't happen too much. And right now I'm just, yep, see, it just throws it out immediately. I'm going to store 6 of these crates of energy. That's first. And that is 3, so 3 more. Put one right down there. And this is basically the peak of how much energy we're going to get on this map. I mean, perhaps I could do something like this. I'll try it. But anything from here on is actually going to get worse. Oh, shoot. Okay. You know what? We'll suffer that. Maybe I'll just put up another thing of energy. Maybe I won't. I'll let that one go. So let's fill up. Again. And I really should have enough without that. So I'm going to stick with the 6, but would have preferred to have that one remain intact. So this will be our last bit of energy. Gradually filling up. Oh, yep, see, we did lose that one over there. It's not going to hold. That's fine. It was just a small amount anyway. Okay. And you can go off. Now next, we're going to switch to the greenar. Let's drain this. Plenty of crystals built up there for you. Not going to need that much. Okay, where do we go to next? We'll just slide it up here. Pretty much wherever you don't have anything that's going to be safe. And 2 of these should be enough because we'll be able to fill back the refinery, and the refinery can hold some as well. Come on, fill it up. There we go. Now this next part's going to take a while. We need to grab the read-on. And we need 100 ARG to activate the totem. But actually somewhat more read-on than that. And so I'm going to store 3 of these. And it's going to come out very slowly. 0.5 per second. No way to speed it up. We're just going to accelerate time here. As we pound away at this island, we keep everything basically the same it is, except for this spire of creeper to 500 deep and rising. As all of the eggs are trapped in there inside the chrysonium. The product of the eggs, I should say, when they burst. But really, at this point, we just have to rack this up. And once we have the read-on in place, because, you know, the anti-creeper, we can just turn on these miners at any time. So that I don't feel a need to store. With this, we've just got to wait for it all to come out and play. Okay, we've got our 3 stashes of read-on, so we should be good to go. I'm switching all the miners over to blueite. And we're going to evacuate here. Now, if we can store up some blueite, fine. If we can't, you know, that's fine as well. I'm just going to throw one of these somewhere. Over here is as good as anywhere. But we're waiting now. For this. And we're now waiting for our Rift Lab to perish. There we go. That'll speed up our ending process with the anti-creeper. Rift Lab, please go away. You did a great job. Okay, now is the point at which we need to move you down here to clear out this mess. Move you over here to replace you. And then I'm going to turn off my mortars. You have done your job. And of course, yes, we are going to have problems with this mound, but we don't need access to the read-on anymore, so we'll suffer that. Okay, factory. You must go down in place and do your thing. In order for you to do that, we must activate the energy reserves. There we go, everything filling up. And it's going out to the various totems. The stored read-on. The anti-creeper still coming in from the blueite. And of course, the liftic process continues. Energy is almost out. And now everything that doesn't have energy will shut down. Liftic going up. Totem going up. Still not quite enough here. Will be soon. Okay, that one's up. That one's up. So we're just waiting on the blueite. There it goes. There's that delivery, which is going to send its way all the way back, and that'll give us enough to finish, I would presume. Yep. There we go. Very nice indeed. So, away we go. That was Troublesome Totems. So what'd you think of this map? Do you want to see, oh yes, internet, quit being a jerk, I'll submit that later. But this is close to the best time on this map, so I'm feeling pretty decent about that. Do you like these kind of puzzle maps? Or would you like to see, you know, more of the standard, just destroy a bunch of creeper, none of this switching around with buildings type of idea? Let me down in the comments. And there'll be definitely more of an epic confrontation coming in the next one. See you then.